Portland Sports Arena, this is Portland Wrestling. Your ringside host, Frank Bonema. Brought to you in part by Tom Peterson's, Oregon's largest TV stereo and appliance store. Tom Peterson's, 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. And by Friendly Chevrolet in Lake Oswego. Whether you're looking for a new or used car or truck, see the folks at Friendly Chevrolet. And a very good Saturday evening to you all, whatever you might be doing on this great July day and evening. We hope that you're ready to watch some great action.
I'm excited because today is episode 38, not only 38, as we load up our game here, 1970, Portland Wrestling, but today will be the episode where we are running Redwood Rebellion 1970, and you know what that means? That means we're going to see all the big matches that we've been building up to. We're going to see all the feuds that we've had. Okay. One thing I'm scared of, though, one thing I forgot to check is everybody going to be available for the show date? Let's have a look. So I'm not entirely sure I checked that. All right. Redwood Rebellion, Bobby Shane, Chris Colt, Dick Murdoch. Oh, this line. Oh, my God. Yeah, we have a big problem here. Not everybody is available, so I think we're going to have to maneuver this one slightly. Is everybody available for Thursday night? No, not really. Is any night a good night? Friday is not a good night. Saturday night. Could that be a good night for wrestling? It's a better night. We're going to have to change it because we can't have the main event that we wanted to have. And it's because other people make a preference of the bigger promotions. Your AWAs, your EMLLs. And Tokamata, CSW, I really need him for this event. So we're going to have to move Redwood Rebellion. There's no other way around it. Because we can't have our main event. We can't have our monster we've been building up, Tokamata, not turning up for the event. So I'm thinking Saturday night. Saturday night is alright for fighting. Vivian can't make it. That's a big shame. Donna can't make it, so that's their match scratched off the card. And Ray Stevens, I really wanted to use him on the match. He won't be available. Frankie Von Lane, he will not be either. Other than that, I think Saturday night is better. We could run a double shot on Sunday. It's not impossible. Sunday seems to be okay. Let's see. But Redwood Rebellion will not be taking place on that date. So we had it on 29th of July on Wednesday night. We can move it to 1st of August. No, is that correct? No, it's going to be the 2nd of August. Let's have a look. Events and TV. The Sunday would be better. The Saturday, Donna couldn't. Vivian couldn't. Ray Stevens couldn't. That's a shame. Okay. We're running that Saturday, and I'm running the show on Sunday. Saturday may be a better day anyway. So 5 days left. Vivian Vachon comes up just to remind me that she's not going to be available to take on Donna Christianello. And we want to see how she does. And of course we want to see how she does. We've been building this feud. She's been getting some victories there in singles matches. We want to see. Is she going to be able to win it, the big one? Maybe at the television the night after. We will see. Beast quit NWE. Look at him now. Bobby Hunt. Vern Lundqvist. That's a very Swedish second name. I am flying out, by the way, tomorrow to Estonia from Sweden, and I will be wrestling. Probably when you hear this, probably tonight, I'm wrestling in a tag team match for Slam Wrestling in the capital city of Tallinn, Estonia. So wish me luck on that one. I'll let you know how it goes when I get back and see how many fingers I've got left in working order. Joint manipulation? Joint manipulation, people. That's what it's all about. Oh, no, but we'll see. So wrestling tomorrow night and recording a few episodes now. I want to see how this goes. I really do want to see how Redwood Rebellion, how it goes. Pat O'Connor from New Zealand. He is one of the former great wrestlers in history. Reggie Parks and the Crusher. There seems to be a huge row there. Killer Carl Cox, title win victory. Toru Tanaka, title victory. And that's another thing. We've got certain wrestlers who are not available, who we'd like to have on the show. But also, we all know they're wrestling everywhere else all the time. Nobody's like an exclusive contract in this era, which also is making people, their bodies break down, as was wrestling at the time, but also risk for big injuries. Say if you've got a big injury for a wrestler tomorrow night, and I want to book them on Saturday. But again, it's true to real life. Been on shows, big events, doing like double shots. They will come in and get a concussion on the Friday night, and the booking for Saturday are they're just off the cards. You can't do anything with them. You have to fly them home. So at the end of the month, Friday, 31st of July, we will advance. Telling people Saturday, we don't know where the show is going to be yet. We haven't chosen the arena. We've now agreed on the day, and it's the day of the show, so can't take anything back now. Also, certain agreements and people coming into the show, they can also end at the end of the month. So actually, more people might be able to turn up for the 1st of July, 1st of August show. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping at least. Joe Blanchard, title victory. The NWA Heavyweight American Heavyweight Champion. Okay, he beat Fritz von Erich. Fritz will not be happy about that. But yeah. Leif Rasmussen. What a very Swedish name. Jackie Pallo. There's two people in the UK scene. Let's have a look. So our show, Redwood Rebellion, is tonight. Last month we made 36,000. Let's have a look. Has anything changed in the world? We can go onto the news. We can reset the news. News type. Any new companies, maybe? No new companies. Okay. Maybe some new workers. Anybody here who sticks out? Ricky Gibson, the brother of Robert Gibson. Pedro Aguero, the original. Danny Babbitt, I'm not sure who he is. But these are all people who have entered this year. Nobody has turned up to wrestling in August and said, this is the career I want to choose, is pro wrestling. All right, folks, I guess it is time for Redwood Rebellion. That's good. Donna Christianella on the top of the next big thing list. It is tonight. Should we advance? Let's go for it. So the pre-booking sheet, here we go, before we get to everything. So it's set to run for 2.5 hours. This is the kind of standard for our events now. Each one of our events have got a name instead of the end of the month show. Intended to be a normal event. So we had our premium event last month there, and ticket pricing for this event is set to cheap. So we want to get people through the door. There's no other shows on our thing working tonight. Redwood Rebellion, give the night off. I think anyone's getting the night off. It's like tonight's venue, and this is going to be key here. 20,000 fans. Wow, we are looking at a record, I think, for fans. And it's going to be... Have we run this place before? No. Could we do a reset? I don't like these bars here. This one goes up here and then you get to, yeah, so search. The Seattle Center Coliseum, 20,000 fans. So in fact, a generic venue would be better. In this region, a maximum capacity for generic venue is 25,000, and that's something that the game does in the game world. Of course, there's people making mods and adding a lot of things, real life venues at the time. The generic venue, I think, would be better because we can get more people to watch the show. 17,000, we're going to have a sellout, yes, but I'm going to go with generic venue because we want to see if we can break records. Booking team meeting. Okay, we have a few there. The Shane storyline, main creative finish, likely to succeed. An angle idea, maybe a big gamble. I have to use that one. Creative finishes. I'd like another creative finish on this one. A safe bet. And it's Ray Stevens, who I believe isn't available for this show. Dean Ho creative finish. Okay, he is available. The one. Safe bet. Antonio Inuki. Okay, good. Locker room incident. Sandy Barhan. Okay, it was like last time we had the TV show. Chris Cole, he was just really calm. I don't know. He was definitely there, but maybe he was asleep in the corner. This time, he didn't turn up asleep. He turned up high as a kite again. And now his fight with Sandy Barr, our wrestler, recently turned referee. Okay, and the head men's trainer, Antonio Inuki, ran the pre-show drills. Oh, it's a pretty awful session. That's not good. They were getting decent ratings before, but now pretty awful. Jack Lotz, the referee, kind of maybe most well known, the mid 70s to early 80s at WWF, being the head referee there for Madison Square Garden shows. So he's somebody with a very good wrestling referee pedigree. But good atmosphere, good. Oh no, Antonio Inuki turned up late. I guess we're going to have to fire him. Yeah, well, wait. Let's rethink this one. Should we fire Antonio Inuki? I don't know. No, of course not. He is the kind of locker room leader of this. This isn't good. Turning up late, though. Needs a slap on the wrist, maybe. Don't do that again, Antonio. If I slapped him on the wrist, he'd punch me so fast in the face. Doesn't matter if I'm Gary Hart or whoever I am. Alright, nothing too catastrophic. Chris Colt just doing Chris Colt things. But I kind of even out with Jack Lotz being a good guy. I want to inspire the entire locker room. So now, because it's their biggest show, you can do these kind of things. You can do that only once in a while. Let's do a big speech. I want people to run through concrete walls to do the best job they can for Portland Wrestling, because this is why we're here. Yes. You have given an inspirational speech. The entire locker room is now fired up and buzzing with anticipation, as I am at home, and because I've been drinking coffee. It's early in the morning. Actually, no, it's late in the afternoon now. But you don't have to do the production details. Let's look at the absent workers. 2 absent friends. Ray Stevens is the one who I really would like on the show. He's always consistently delivering. Not just like a regular level. He's always like highly delivering. And Carl Von Steiger, that's a shame as well. But maybe we could do something with his brother instead. And Frankie Van Lane is out there. And the Claw is not here either. But we've got some key matches and key angles. Okay. Moondog Main creative finish. I wonder what kind of match they're going to have. Loser leaves town match. Haircut. Beard cut. He's not getting away with that. So, a loser leaves town match. Haircut. Beard cut. What? What is going on here? I'm judging the workers. Who's in a big feud right now? Classy, Freddie Blassie, the classy one, versus Moondog Main, whom has white hot momentum. Lonnie Main, Moondog Main. There we go. How many minutes can Freddie Blassie do? Loser leaves town and haircut, beard cut. And these guys have been feuding. Freddie Blassie going around in his classy suits, proving that he is a cut above the wrestlers. But we know recently he's going to retire. But is he going to go out on his own terms? Or is he going to be humiliated in front of the crowd here? Well, he's the vampire. He is the star who goes over and scares the entire country of Japan when he is there. Or he had that reputation in the 50s. One of the few American wrestlers to take the risk to go to the sort of closed country of Japan in that era and make a huge impact. But that was even in this game time 20 years ago. Moondog Main is the future. We will add him here. And we want it to be a sort of storytelling spectacle match. We're not expecting amazing wrestling. Open match. And a creative finish. Where do we find that one? We have our man here with a creative finish. Moondog Main. Unmask? No. Loses hair. Freddie Blassie shaved by Moondog Main. I will have my head shaved, but I will require compensation. I am willing to do it for $2,000. He's a worker. He's a businessman. This is the thing that got me. If you look at some of the best wrestlers of this generation that are going now, your John Cena's, your who's having problems with his hair as it is, Undertaker, Triple H. Both Undertaker, Triple H, both chose to shave their heads off anyway. Like shave the hair, shave their heads bald. They just decided to do that on their off time. Why couldn't either of those guys, since they were intending to do it anyway, the traditional wrestling thing, like put their hair on the line in the match? God knows I've done it. I've been in 3 or 4 hair versus hair matches. Lost 2 of them. Good Lord. You see that online. Freddie Blassie, though, he knows business. $2,000. You know, he would run through rings of fire, I think. So Freddie Blassie is going to be shaved bald afterwards. So you guys, right now, you're getting the exclusive. This is what's going to happen tonight. The crowd in the arena, they are going to lose their minds. Well, the classy one, Freddie Blassie, coming out there in a fine suit, fixing his hair as he struts to the ring. He's going to leave the promotion tonight. He's going to get his head shaved by the savage Moondog Main. He's furious at the booking. He's complaining loudly. Well, I'll give you some sort of bonus after the match. He doesn't have the stamina for that level. Okay, can we cut the time down? This is also a thing. When you've got these bigger shows, you got to kind of give the, more time to the matches. So, Freddie Blassie and Moondog Main. I'll do backstage a little interview here. And we're going to have, say it with me now, the nicest guy in wrestling, Keith Jackson. Looking like a young JR, like only he can look. And he's going to be interviewing Moondog Main before the match. And Freddie Blassie is the target. Not Frankie Valet, Freddie Blassie. Man fancies his chances. I'm sorry, Keith Jackson. Ooh, gonna shave his head. Right. Did we have a stored idea for an angle for Moondog Main? No, we had a creative finish there, but no angle. The angles are... That's just a random big angle idea. Okay. Could we have a hype video instead? A promo interview. Promo at the end. Moondog Main. Celebration with Blassie's hair. Okay. Oh. Moondog Main hands out bunches of Blassie's hair to crowd members after the match. The wrestling audience is delighted. It was a simpler time. There you go. So if this doesn't get Moondog Mane over the top, the match itself, the actual quality of the wrestling in it, I don't think it's going to be the thing. And I think we will end the feud there. And storyline. Classic One versus the Beast. And he's furious, yes, but you're getting paid off. Remember that, Blassie. Think of that. Think of this 2,000 you're going to get extra when he's shaving your head. All right. And that will not be our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, even though it's the match I'm looking forward to seeing the most. Electric Cage. No. An I Quit match. No. Hungarian Nails. Good Lord. Brutal. Portland Street Fights. What could we have here? Let's cut the major stars. Torquemada. Antonio Inoki. Managed by Jack Nicholson. Can't forget that. Match history. So, Tape Fist, Portland Street Fight. Antonio Inoki beat. He beat Torquemada, a Legend of the Thunderbird. That was the first singles match. Chain match. What would the people accept? Let's have a think. Steal the Show. Open match. There's going to be a turn. Who's going to turn? Not Jack Lotz, but Jack Nicholson. What? We'll go back to this in a second. Let's have a think. Let's really consider this one. Jack Nicholson. Prepare to turn. We're going to have a shock turn at the end of the match. Jack Nicholson has been bought off. The Evil Enterprises, Gary Hart, and the lads have bought off Jack Nicholson. They've paid him money. That's why you've not seen him the past few weeks. We know in actual wrestling terms he had one appearance left of his contract, and that will be today. This will be this one night. The title is on the line. Road Agent is the best road agent we have. We'll put Tony Board in that. I don't want Jack refereeing this one. So the best of the best. Steal the Show. Open match. And I think this has got to happen. Torquemada is going to be winning the championship. And it is a chain match. So they are held together by a chain and they can use it as a weapon. So this, obviously, Antonio Inoki can't get away. He can use his technical prowess, but there's a weapon involved. And this beast of a man who's been destroying, we've seen him on television each and every week. 3-4 competitors come up to him, he throws them to the side, he gives them huge spike pile drivers, and they don't get up afterwards. And imagine this beast of a man being chained to Antonio Inoki, and he's going to fight all his way through this one. At the end, Jack Nicholson is going to throw the powder in the eyes of Antonio Inoki. Because Gary Hart isn't going to interfere. Beauregard isn't going to interfere. The Claw isn't there tonight. Neither is Haru Suzuki. But the man who he trusted is going to be the man who is the weak link in the chain match. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to create the drama for the finish. And what's the crowd going to think of this one? I am intrigued. 1 minute. Hype video. Backstage. Torquemada. I'm going to base it on minutes, because he is very menacing. Intimidation. Kamata. Highlights. Just their video. Just a very quick 1 minute of him destroying all the people who he has destroyed. And then a 5-minute interview backstage. Very somber Keith Jackson. He's going to be interviewing Antonio Inoki, Jack Nicholson. So, interview before the dangerous main event. Tied to the monster with a steel chain. How will the champ contend with this challenge? At the moment, Jack Nicholson is still playing nicey. He's still there in the corner of Antonio Inoki. And he's saying, yeah, we're going to do it. We've been training, we've been away, we're at a special training camp maybe in Hawaii, and now we've come back, explaining Antonio Inoki's absence last week, and Jack Nicholson's as well. It's all a charade. So we'll see. We've got 2 matches booked, 70 minutes more to proceed. We are at a stage whereby they love a good tag team match in this promotion. I think I've got the right 2 people here. The major stars on the babyface side who are not being used are Dean Ho and Tony Bourne. Dean Ho, Tony Bourne. And we know the people who are being faced by them are Mark Lewin, still unimportant by the fans. And Dean Ho, he has got a few people there on the start list, hasn't he? Haru Sasaki is one of them. Kurt Von Steiger as well. Put him in there. Kurt Von Steiger is actually a tag team specialist. So if you look at the All Germany feud, Dean Ho is there, and Kurt is on the other side there. Eric is on the good guy side though. So a good, nice, clean and healthy tag team match here. Dean Ho gets the victory, storyline, open. And this is because I want to balance up the card. Of course, we've got Moondog Mayne winning like the gimmicky match. And we've got the main event. It's going to be hard-hitting. It's going to be chaos. But it's going to be a finish that people are not going to like very much. So what we're giving people here is a storyline-driven match where we've got Dean Ho and Tony there getting the big victory. Road Age, you can't also be staff. Sandy Barr, Dan Owen. There you go. Creative ideas here. Dean Ho created finish, which was a safe bet. We have him winning this one. I knew there was something I had to remember. So again, we're just keeping him ticking over until we can get a big new feud for Dean Ho. And you might be able to see where the wheels are ticking here in my mind, where I want this to go next. Dean Ho, Tony Bourne. People love these guys. In the ring, cutting a promo. Dean Ho. Tough Tony Bourne. He's the toughest. Mark Lewin. And Kurt Von Steiger. Dean and Tony tell it as it is. They tell it as it is. This is what the crowd wants. Dean and Tony. They could have their own talk show. We would be penalised. We need more matches. You see, this is the thing. When you're used to booking television all the time, what you do is you book far too much television. And you do too many angles. Bobby Shane, Antonio Inoki, no. Angle idea, no. Big gamble. Can we do a big gamble somewhere? That would be a big gamble. Let's just do it. I mean, there's a big gamble. You don't know what kind of product Freddie Blassie's got in his hair, and you're just handing it out to random people. I mean, at least one person's going to get an allergic reaction. Okay. Who have we got? Who are the workhorses? This is the time of the card where I'd love to have Ray Stevens in a match. So already booked with these people. Okay, Gene Kiniski and Bobby Shane. This is going to be the workhorse match. This is going to be it. And they have had this feud now. It started this month. It's still quite fresh. I think this is their first singles match, isn't it? They've wrestled in big time wrestling. They've wrestled everywhere else. There's tag teams there. But in Portland, they've only had a tag team match. So this is going to be the first major match. Gene Knitsky. And I want them to kind of go all out in this one. Car crash? That's too much steal the show. I think storytelling might be a bit too mild for this crowd. We'll try a car crash. Open match. Tainted victory, though. Road agent can't also be staff. Tough Tony. There you go. So that's gonna be like the big workers match on the show there. Who else have we got who are big stars here? The well-knowns. Dutch Savage and Eric. Recognizable faces. Eric and Jack Nicholson. Okay. Gary Hart, Haru Suzaki. Haru Suzaki. He could take on Eric. Oh, they have poor chemistry when fighting. Okay, we'll put them in that one there. Let's make a good 6-man tag with... If you looked at a lot of Portland wrestling, which I have been doing recently, you'll find that people love 6-man tags. They just love them in this territory. More than anything else, they just love their 6-man tags. Dutch Savage, Haru Suzaki, Chris Cox. There we go. Give them about 30 minutes. And we're going to have the baby faces up on this one. Lift the crowd. That's going to be the start of the show. 19 more minutes to proceed. I'd like to have the women's division. Donna, Christian, Allo, and Vivian. I'm sure they weren't available to work tonight. I guess they are. Maybe they were. I'm sure when we looked before. We can check back on the episode. I'm not sure. Pacific Northwest women's title. Donna is going to go over it. Storytelling. Open. A lot of heels going over today, though. But maybe that's going to be good. Maybe that's going to just set the stage. Donna Christianello. We'll move that one back there. All right, we need to book at least 4 minutes to proceed. I've got a few ideas here for a couple more matches. Question is, where should we go from here? We've got Donna and there's Vivian there, so we're in the middle of the card. 95. The fans are expecting 95% matches, so we should give them another match. Could we put a battle royal in? I love a good battle royal. Could we put a battle royal in the middle of the card somewhere? I've got enough wrestlers. Men's division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip Jack Nicholson. Roddy Piper. Honda Pre. Peter Maivia. Johnny Costas. Sola Gorky. Okay, so we're missing Johnny Costas. We'll do something with him later on. So an 8-minute battle royal, and we will leave this one up to chance, or so we have Roddy Piper being the surprise victor. We'll put us calm the crowd, put that in somewhere in the middle. Botched interference. So we'll say that Dutch Savage is coming down to the ring, because this is also part of the angle. Because we've got obviously the tag team things. Ray Stevens isn't here, so we can't have Ray Stevens, Dutch Savage, and the lads there. We'll calm the crowd down, do a little bit of a funny old match here, but we'll also have an angle. And Dutch Savage will come down, and he will cost Greg Valentine. He'll be like, I'm going to come down and give you some coaching advice. And then Roddy Piper, whoop, and he gets the victory. It's going to be at least how many matches? 10 minutes. Ooh. Nobody complained. Great. They're complaining. Let them complain. Let's put this one after that one, because they're going to go all out, aren't they? No, they're not. We'll make them go all out. steal the show. I think they should steal the show. And then we'll have the Battle Royal in the middle here as the Let Me Up match. So they're saying that they are being used too much. Okay. We cut that down to 12 minutes. Yeah, that's okay. So there's 2 minute extra with the thing that the crowd thought was seeing Dusty Rhodes too much here. Okay, so we are at 95% matches. We've used everybody on the card up from Johnny Costas. And that's going to cost us. No, I'm just kidding. It won't cost us anything. We'll put him at the start of the show, losing to somebody. Johnny Costas. Heels. We've got a lot of female wrestlers we should be using as well. We'll put them in the pre-show also. And Johnny's a babyface. Technician. Unimportant to the fans. Who's a good, well-known heel who can get over here? Let's put Dutch Savage here. I think it's good. Keep establishing him as a major threat. Dutch Savage works the crowd and he beats down your fellow here, Johnny Costas. So also on the pre-show, female division, who's not booked. And Kay Noble we didn't use last time, so I think we should use this time. And she should face... Don't know, who's the better... I think Mary Laverne and Kay Noble. A nice little pre-show there, 7 minutes. I give Murray Laverne the victory. Kay Noble's not going to be happy, I'm guessing. Maybe Kay Noble won't be around much longer. You know what? Let's have another women's match because Judy Grable, Evelyn Stevens. We'll put Tony and Judy. Put those two on. Pre-show. I'm going to give Judy Grable the victory. We do not want a regular. Work the crowd. You've got to work those fans. Okay, so we've got our pre-show. Some women's matches. Dutch Savage showing how tough he is. And then the 6-man tag, Evil Incarnate with Dutch Savage there. I was just on there. That would make sense, though. Now he goes and beats someone down the pre-show, hangs around until Evil Incarnate turns up, and then, it's another match straight away. Kayfabe-wise, we could explain that one. Bobby Shane, Gene Knitsky, they're going to have a big match there. Dean Ho, Tony Bourne, kind of like the two homegrown baby faces of the Portland territory. People are going to like that they get a victory there. Christianello is going to beat Vivian Vachon, and that's going to be a steal the show kind of match. Let Me Up Battle Royal. Moondog Main talks about this haircut, beard cut, loser leaves town fiasco that's going to happen. They have the match. Unless he refuses, goes into business by himself, which I believe can happen. But unless that happens, Freddie Blassie is going to get his haircut tonight. First time ever. Probably the last time ever you're going to see him. Monumental. And then everything is going to round up with Antonio Inoki with the Pacific Northwest title on the line, taking on Torquemada in a chain match. Good Lord. Okay. Are we ready to start the show? This is Redwood Rebellion. Let's go. Oh, wow, look at this. A 41 rating. Not bad. Tony Rose is getting better at her gimmick. 55. Designed to work the crowd, and I think it did just that. Kay Noble. She did not so well. The match went okay. 46. Marie Laverne, in-ring performance of 50. It was good that she got the victory there. And there you go, Dutch Savage, in-ring performance of 65. He won with a thumb to the throat. He is a violent fella. But again, he would become one of the beloved baby faces, kind of like Tough Tony Bourne, of the area of the Northwest. Just check it out now, 15,000 people. I thought it was going to be a 25,000 seater arena. We've got to sell at 15,000. If we'd have taken the 17,000 seat arena, the real arena, we would have got more people in and had a sellout. So it's good to know that for next time. Because I honestly thought and go back and look on the video, I was convinced it was going to be a 25,000 seater arena. Maybe that's something Adam Rollins to be more clear about when you book a generic arena. Let's go to the show proper. And the show starts off with Eric Froelich and the Texas Outlaws. You know, these two handsome gentlemen here. And Dutch Savage, who was already in the ring, taking on Chris Colt and Haruo Suzuki, sometimes known as Evil Incarnate when they're on the same team. And it was a good match. Chris Colt was off his game, as sometimes is. Ron Dupree was at ringside because he helps out Chris Colt. Real life partners, obviously, there if you've seen the Chris Colt documentary. And again, did exactly what it was meant to do. A 62, as long as nothing else on the card kind of dips below that. I mean, discounting the Battle Royal, we think that's going to tank everything anyway. As long as the major matches kind of do what they are planned to do, we should be okay. Everything else should be over 62. Got the show off to a strong start, and the crowd is simmering, which is also important. On these longer shows, you do not want to burn up the crowd early. And these two, I was looking for if this would exceed expectations, and I think it really has done. So Bobby Shane, the new young star, this is his first major singles match we've seen. Yeah, that's gone over 10 minutes, I'd say. He's been in a couple of small ones there, a few tag matches. One-on-one with the former champion of the NWA, Gene Knitsky. And they had a great match. Brilliant. So the crowd rating 53, the wrestling was at 73. Car crash style stunt show, dangerous moves, crazy bumps. So this one, we are on fire with this one. 73 rating, brilliant. Good on Gene Knitsky. He's going to be tired of this. He's going to complain that he's tired. But I think he's found a good dance partner in Bobby Shane. I want to see them having some sort of gimmick match maybe at the next big event. A good 2-minute interview. Dean Ho cutting a promo with Tony Bourne. So one storyline gained some advancement here, and the other one did, but it lost heat. And Tony Bourne did well, and they're talking about these lads. 54 rating. The match got a 74. This is the thing. They love it. They love a story-driven match. They are simple people here in the Northwest. We love them, but they just like story-driven tag team matches and 6-man tag matches. They eat that stuff up. There was a creative finish here at Dean Ho, which went very well. They say Mark Lewin was the weak link, but if you look here, you've got a rating of 50. On earlier shows we've had, a rating of 50 is not too bad. So we're actually raising the level of all of our workers here. So he was the weakest link, but with 50. But if you look at it in context, he's not a bad worker, and he's improving. And the feuds are gaining heat. The All Germany feud, we've got Dean Ho, and we've got Eric and everybody there involved against the Von Steigers. There's only one of them available today. You only had one Von Steiger? What are we going to do with one Von Steiger? Well, this is what we did with one Von Steiger. There you go. Middle of the card. The crowd was white hot at the end. This is the stuff the crowd like. They just want to see what Tony Bourne's going to do. It's going to be a very big vacuum when he eventually retires. Him and Dean Ho, they have got everything they do. The crowd loves it. Decent wrestling, but little heat. They tried to put it all on the line here to go out and have the best match they could. The crowd went from white hot to very hot, which again is to do with the people who have not seen them. And Donna Christianella makes defense number 5 of the NWA Pacific Northwest Women's title. So I'd say in the start of this title history, she is kind of being the trendsetter of this is the dominant female wrestler for this region. She is the one to beat. We'll see if there will become a new challenger who can be like a real threat, knocking her off the top here. But again, got the crowd buzzing. Beauregard does some good work at ringside, as he always does. Their ratings are quite similar, and they work well together, nothing exceptional. Whereas the submission with body scissors, hopefully they got some good pictures at ringside, as they're tending to do. And after this one, the Let Me Up match. And the crowd heat at the end, exactly what we wanted, us simmering down. And again, this is by the plan. As planned, this match brought the fans down a little. Ron Dupree was off his game. They're going to maybe moving him to being just a manager. Because it's a risk putting him in matches, because it lowers the rating. The tag team of veteran storyline advanced with a segment but lost heat. It's sort of like anything where we have just Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine is not going to be the huge ratings because they're unimportant in the eyes of the fans at this present time. But again, it's like growing a plant. You've got to nurture it from these beginning stages. You can't not put water in on the plant, and you can't avoid sunlight. You've got to do these things. Nothing is going to grow and be amazing straight away. You've got the players at the sides to help out. You've got the Ray Stevens. You've got Dutch Savage. And on their own, a 46 rating. It's got the job done. But again, we'll continue the storyline down the line. There's a lot more chapters of that story still yet to go. And an average 4-minute interview. So now we've cooled the crowd down. We're starting to heat them up again. So we're back maybe from a break and intermission, which would be the Battle Royal, essentially. People can go and get food and stuff there when that's happening. Should always be something going on in the ring. And Keith Jackson, there you go. In a very subtle way, but he was a real star in this segment. And he interviewed Moondog Mayhem. That's important. If you're going to have a big major star, especially a babyface star, they've got to be good on the microphone. So it's good to test them out in different interviews and things here. We know for some reason in this mod, Freddie Blassie doesn't... We've tried him a few different charisma segments. He's not really, set the world on fire. I'm not sure why. I'm going to try some more with Moondog Mayhem and hope he learns because he's still young. Again, crowd simmering, second rating 50. Let's see how the match goes. I'm kind of worried about this one. I'm very, very skeptical to press the button. But let's go. A 65. All right. Okay. So this is what happened. And about that had good wrestling, decent crowd reaction. Off the crowd going nuts for this one. Moondog Mayhem defeated Freddie Blassie in a loser leaves town match by submission, and the match was designed to tell a specific story, which it did. So they had the match. Moondog Mayhem rating 67, Freddie Blassie 42. This might be his last big run here. Well, it will be. He's retiring soon, and this is going to be his last match for the promotions. The loser leaves town. But not only did he lose and has to leave Portland Wrestling, he's going to leave in disgrace because Freddie Blassie, he got his head shaved by the hairy wild man with the crazy beard, Moondog Mayhem. He was shaved bald after the match. The crowd got hot up from this one. They'd like to see this one. Oh no, the angle was a failure. Okay. We only did a short angle at the end. I only ran this one for 1 minute, so it shouldn't have affected too poorly. Antonio Nuka's poor trying to improvise dialogue. Oh no, this isn't good. I mean, we're getting the crowd, okay, white hot, because we're advancing the storyline here at 64. I'm just hoping that the actual match itself pushes us over the limit. But yeah, of course, Antonio Inoki is getting better at speaking English, but still poor when trying to improvise dialogue. And yeah, it is the kind of thing as well. It's like he wouldn't be hinting at a heel turn in that because it is a shock one, which I'm only doing with one segment. But because the game is as it is, it counts this as like, oh, he's hinting at a heel turn. But he wouldn't be. But you can't put that in the game in a proper way. So that's number 2 of things we're going to write to Adam Ryland about to improve. Like if we write, okay, the turn is a shock turn. So everything else before that is not going to be anything to hint at that. Anywho, so the crowd is white hot. So they are very expectant of what this main event will be. We'll build it up well. We've had a very interesting show so far, but this is what's going to be the main event to remember. Oof, I was like 75. We could probably get a better rating for that. But that was just a video package, but that was good. Intimidation. So what the video package would be is showing the highlights of him destroying all the wrestlers he's been in contact with the past month. No one's been able to lay a hand on him. It's been talk matter the entire way. We build it up. The entrances have happened. They're in the ring. They're tying the chain to each other's hands. Let the mayhem commence. An 83 rating. Here we go. An exceptional match. Torquemada defeated Antonio Inoki by pinfall in 14 minutes 37 seconds with a big splash. And the match was designed so the wrestlers could go full out, try to steal the show. But during the match, surprise, Jack Nicholson turned on Antonio Inoki. Kaboom. He threw the powder in the face. Turned around and I was like, what is going on? So the crowd are shocked and surprised. And out of all of this, they've seen a title change. Ladies and gentlemen, Tor Kamata standing here as your new NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion. And again, top wrestling rating here. Tor Kamata could get a higher rating. He's done that before. It might be to do with the gimmick match. But yeah, a chain match. Antonio Inoki, he got screwed at the end of his Hollywood pal. And finished the show there. No, we'll turn him there. The turn went badly. Does that affect the show? There you go. Tor Kamata debuted a new power spot that showcases strength. His psychology will be helped by being able to use as a go-to spot in the future. Tor Kamata, he is the gift that keeps on giving. He is improving with every single match. People are going to want to see this new power move. Do you think he invented the powerbomb? Is this the day the powerbomb was invented? Was Antonio Inoki the first recipient of the very violent Tor Kamata powerbomb? We can just imagine. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Overall rating 78, increased our popularity. We did everything we wanted to do on this show. A shock finish as Tor Kamata is now the NWA Pacific Northwest champion. And the best match of the evening was the main event, as intended. Our gimmick match on the undercard sees the end of Freddie Blassie. This is the last time we're going to see him, folks. He got his head shaved, left in disgrace. The loser leaves town. But Moondog Mayne. The people love Moondog Mayne. And we're going to see what he goes on to after this one. But also, Roddy Piper. A complete surprise as well. The young up-and-coming babyface, only 17 years old. Mistake from Dutch Savage, he ended up winning a Battle Royal in the kind of intermission spot there. Donna Christianello, asserting her dominance as the top female wrestler in the promotion. Her latest challenger, the one who was closest to the sun here, Vivian Vachon, nearly took her all the way, but Donna did enough without body scissors to get the victory. Dean Ho, Tony Bourne, the hometown heroes. They turned up and they showed Mark Lewin and Kurt Von Steiger where to go. In a hard-hitting match here, got 74 rating. So that was the second best match in the entire evening. This crowd likes this stuff. Gene Knitsky, Bobby Shane finally lock it up 1-on-1, and they have also an amazing match here. And showing what the potential is for the future for Bobby Shane, and that Gene Knitsky has still got it because he got the victory, although with a bit of underhanded circumstances. We started the show with the Texas Outlaws and Eric Froelich. Also, fan favorites and building up more here. Defeating Evil Incarnate and Dutch Savage. Proving that, good can overcome evil. So we had a very good mix of faces going over, heels going over, feuds ending here, feuds continuing there, but also a new wrinkle into this one because we've got a new champion. So we'll finish the show. Address the locker room. Okay. Tell Tor Kamata that he is amazing because he really is. Tony Inoki as well. Great performance. And on the other, Tony Bourne, great example. He's very happy. Everybody's delighted. I very rarely do negative things. I see no point to it. And we made $259,000 on this show. Could have made more. Popularity, now we're up to 63 in the Northwest. I'm going to see some run over and some increase in the Southwest territories. That's what we need to get a good TV deal. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been with us for Redwood Rebellion, the first one from 1970. And we saw the rematch everybody's been waiting for. And it was Tor Kamata taking the victory and is now our new champion. So next time when you tune in, we're going to get to television, which is going to be straight away. It's going to be today, isn't it? Yeah, tonight is going to be the television show. The day after, the night before. This is like the Raw after WrestleMania, or Backlash in this case. Fans amazed by Tor Kamata. So we are really hitting our stride here. So join us for the TV and we'll see how everything is going to shake out after Redwood Rebellion.